Hello, this is Jared playing Oxygen Not Included with 24 Bionic dupes. Last episode, things started to get a little bit shakier. I think this is the point. Either we're going to go from shaky to terrible or start to stabilize. I'm not entirely sure which is going to happen. But I have been growing some more of these Saturn critter traps. The main thing I want with Bionic dupes is to get power. I'm starting to see a little bit of hydrogen build up. That'll be really good if it lasts. The other thing that is successful, I'm now able to make a metal refinery without worrying about the heat. And now we're producing a little bit of steel. I want steel for more industrial processing, so I'm just waiting for that. In the meantime, I'm up here digging out a stable. This is going to be a pip stable. I also want to have a stable for a glossy Drecklet. In fact, I see that egg needs to be attended, so I'll bring Wrangle down to do that. Bring in a few natural tiles to plant some trees. See if this works still. Come on, come on. There it is. There we go. Over on this asteroid, just putting a liquid reservoir right here, and we're going to start the process of making some liquid cyto oil, I think it is, that goes into the lubrication station. Just before we do, let's make sure this goes in. I'm also going to put a storage here for the input to that, which is a lot of slime, which we've been fighting with this little pip here with. But anyway, that's going to go down here instead. With our natural tiles built here, we're going to go up here and do a very similar thing, but this is going to be for a different type of stable. I'm going to try to get the glossy Drecos to live here. You've got another water-based geyser, cool slush geyser. Looks like it hasn't gone off, currently dormant, but we'll get up there and make a pump similar to this. Or actually, maybe better yet, I could just combine them. Maybe I'll think about doing that. Okay, so the first pieces of phyto oil being created. One of the bumps I had earlier was this guy not being charged. Seems like he's working at the moment. Though he was complaining about not being charged there. I wonder if I almost need to double up this. We may just have so much to mop up, I'm not able to keep up. The other thing I want to try out is this new, or at least new to me anyway, bottle drainer. So we can take some of this polluted water and have that drain in here. Let's try how this works. Instead of what I've got set up over here going into a pump. So we're going to take some of this and send it into our polluted water line, which is being treated down here. We now have a pip that is an adult, and with some bristle blossoms that we're bringing in here. I think we'll start to grow some of that. That means we'll need some light and time, I guess. That should hopefully be ready by the time these guys hatch. The other thing we want to do is get some of these arbor acorns going, so that should be happening over here soon. We only have 2 of those, though I can get more. I think I can get more by looking for buried objects over in this world, so that's what I'm doing now. We've got our first bristle blossom growing right here. Just happy with this little shine bug temporarily. But we're going to bring in some lights that can grow permanently. We also have a arbor tree here, so I can hit cancel, grow in the second one of each of those. And yeah, we'll keep going. I don't know if I have any more arbor trees. I guess I'll see that pop up over here. Not yet, looks like. Oh, and we need some mopping. Maybe it would actually be smart if we just destroy all that and make a... Well, let's clean up this whole thing too. Or to me, the other type of buried object that would be nice to get is some more of these little plants here that produce lots of hydrogen. Actually, that would be massively important resource to go for. So Rocky's doing that. Still cranking away at the metal refinery to make some steel. I've got enough steel to make a thermo aqua tuner. Place that right there. That's going to be super important because things are starting to get warm, especially around the power plant. Also have areas like this. I'll want to maintain the temperature for my growing material. But yeah, I want to put in more than that. The other thing is a polymer press, so keep producing all of that steel for us, guys. Oh, what's that? Damage, overheating. Oh, the lamp. Okay, yeah, we really do have an overheating issue going on. Is it that hot? 75 degrees right there. We have a vacuum inside here. I'm just... Oh, these... Yeah. We're not doing anything to keep these guys cool. Oh. Oh, we are not. This is a bit urgent, actually. I'm gonna start off by loading in some water. And, yeah, we're kind of... All of a sudden, we're desperate for this. But I still wanted more oil. Do I wait for a little bit more steel to get a polymer? But I don't want just the polymer press, but... Okay. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Let's start off by loading in water anyway, and we'll go from there. Working on this pipe, I can see a limiting factor of steel is lime. That's probably a good thing. But give me a little bit of time to notice this was going on, but let's take a little bit of fossil that we can use to be able to get that thing going, so we can get enough steel. But also, this is variable. Thank you very much. Much needed water, though we're going to need radiant pipe, and a whole system can make this. Lead should be fine. Yeah, let's go across like that. Start with that. We need a cooling line, guys. Because this water's going to land. That's going to help. But we need some way to keep that water itself cool. I'm going to go for about 75 kilograms of liquid water. This is the first time I'm watching the bottle drainer be used. And I went through the whole setup of having this, which at one time I guess would have been necessary, but I guess we can turn this whole thing down. And now that I've got the amount of dupes that I want, anytime this goes off, I'm able to get a random gift. In this case, a little bit of water, which is nice, because we're actually getting a little bit low on water. But there is this bit here, so I might draw a pipe that goes from here down to our water line. Just how to best get there. Jumping over this. So I've got to bring in, so I'll continue that path over there, but what I got to really do is go over here, make sure I do a connection, and take in some of this brine and what would be cool slush later. We're going to have to process it, but it'll be nice and cool liquid we can take from this asteroid back to the homeworld, and that should be a pretty simple line that goes down. I'm just wondering if we should insulate this. Feeling maybe that would be smart, actually. We've got time. Dupes here don't have a whole lot to do. This is one of the key things of coming to this asteroid, was to get this cooling line, in addition to obviously the hydrogen, which is very much essential. Oh, we are nearly out of igneous rock, but I can go dig some more. I'm sure there's lots around. Now I've got enough steel to complete what I'm hoping is going to work out here, which is going to be a polymer press. Hold on, I didn't forget to take out the... Oh, I did. Okay, yeah, we want the carbon dioxide to come out of this thing. Just throw that down there. A way to actually get to that location, but oops. We can do that. But yeah, we got polymer press with auto sweeper and conveyor loader, all made out of steel. That's gonna, I think that, the other thing that I tend to forget is the liquid drop off. We want to have that. But yeah, I think plastic gets really hot, if I'm not mistaken. That's why I'm trying to take it through some tiling before it exits. The other thing, let's do this right now. I changed my layout, didn't I? What do I need? I want a vent, that's important, to go somewheres in here. I'll have this go up like that. Okay. And then, oh, do I have enough plastic? Probably not. Right. What do I do about that? Okay, I think I need to operate this for a certain amount of time, get enough plastic such that I can throw some steam turbines on it. And we're having an issue with lead. That's probably just because there's only so many dupes that can get lead. So we'll go in here a little bit and I'll make a priority of having the lead dropped off here. Temperature up here is 40 degrees. I don't believe I need any more production of this, so I'm going to stop using my metal refinery until our cooling system is in operation. Moments like this where you're just about to seal off a room you won't have access to make changes in the future, or at least easily, always nerve-wracking. And I realize there is one definite thing that I've forgotten. That's a petroleum line going in. Oh, no, not just that, but this part as well. So this is the input. Okay, yeah, I definitely need to pay attention here. I need to have this go down like that. And we need to have some way of getting petroleum into this guy. So we'll set that up. And then we need a bridge to go over like that. Okay, so we've got our liquid line going in and out of everything that we need. Okay, good. Got a little bit of an overpressuring issue getting rid of some of this gas from inside the zone. Also want to make this set up with plastic. I am realizing I have done something wrong. Pebble here, who used to have an Atmos suit, is in this really hot area. I have not built any medical places, so I might actually do that right now. But we'll put in two. One here urgently. The other thing, why that happened, I think, is when you've got these things available, dupes actually will put them. Yeah, no, Pebble. Okay, I've got to restrict Pebble from going in here for the time being till they get their suit back on, because what they would have done is hung it up. I forget they do that. So let's fill this with a little bit of oxygen. Try to fix this situation. I'm gonna have to control the flow after all. Dupes going in this place. Pip just has one more spot to plant some of these bristle blossoms. We can see that it's too hot. Okay, we've got them all. It is too hot for them, so I'm going to relocate this guy down here. We've got some trees growing. I don't want to put in a proper stable until we've got full branches. And I also, a little bit nervous here. 28, I guess 30 degrees is the max. We're at like 28, 27. Our cooling system, we're still waiting for that little vacuum before I can turn on that. Just when you think everything's going well, something bad happens. We are out of eco power banks. So I think I've got to start to grow or produce more of these power bank chargers. But that's going to put more pressure on the amount of power we're consuming. Let's go look at where we are with hydrogen. Still have an okay amount, thanks to all these Saturn critter traps. I think we've seen some more of these. So how about I go plant a few more of these. We'll connect this with our hydrogen projection system. Relocating this pump down here so they can take the last of the water. And I've got to watch these two water supplies very carefully. Loading in a little bit of water in here. And I knew there was going to be something that I forgot. The automation wire. Guess we're going back in. Might actually be worth it to make this in a liquid airlock differently. Our bank over on this asteroid is doing alright. Going to add an extra hydrogen generator though. Alright, we are inside, maintaining vacuum. Let's get this done and get out. Alright, so with that done, I'm going to put this back. That's important. Let's also put this in there. We've got a little bit of water spillage there. I don't know that that's the biggest deal, but recreating and vacuum this little section won't take that long, so I'm not actually worried about that side of things. So now making a rule when a dupe puts... Okay, that was the problem. Okay, I'm going to be very quick about this apparently. Shift, put this on. And then immediately go out there. Ugh. Alright, as long as I go on shift. This is going to take a while with 24 dupes, and I've got to keep track of who is on what side. But yeah, I'll go through this fun. Maybe we'll get everyone with the Atmos suits soon. Alright, who do I take next? Pebble, let's get your suit back on. I just was finishing sealing this up, and now I see I've got some crude oil. I messed up one of the pipes here. Oh, okay, yeah, that's not actually going into there anymore. Stop. This is a mess. I might actually find it easier to go back, actually. Okay, I've got smarter about how to do this whole putting suits on. Instead of getting them put on here where I've got to get them out in a certain amount of time, I just throw it outside the room, lock them, whoever's going to put that on, lock them out of this room first, and it's much, much easier. Okay, so for instance, now that I've got one of these over here, I'm going to say, Shift. Where are you? Shift, you are no longer allowed to go in this room, but you see this thing here? Just go down, hit Shift. Go and put that on. Much nicer. At this point, I am ready to plan my cooling line. So we're going to go, for now, just to visit this guy. It's going to expand to other areas of the base, obviously, but that'll be how that works. And we're going to bring in some polluted water for the meantime, which is easily accessible right down here, just to act as our coolant. I think just about everybody has Atmos suits on this side of the asteroid world. Still have to go over, and the nice thing about that is no one should be taking any issues from standing in water anymore. But what I'm going to have to do is transport, actually a little bit easier. I guess there's one dupe here, Rocky, that has one, but I've got, how many? Total 6. So there's 5 more to go. Just need to have some suits over here teleport it. May not have a full stable yet, but I did throw in, well, technically we do have stable, but we're not actually attending to the critters, other than the fact that we're getting our first piece of plastic from something other than oil. Eventually, once we've got a bunch of these guys, this will be a mass amount of plastic production that we'll have. And we've got a thermo aqua tuner running. Okay, so very small little line here for cooling, but that's going to expand. I'm going to leave it there for today. Quite happy with this running. Hopefully everything's in place. Polymer press, I'm not going to let that run until this area fills up with steam, though I'm curious if this area here will actually give us a lot of plastic before that even starts to run anyways. I would say things are looking good. Biggest reason I say that is because we've got a lot of hydrogen that is built up here thanks to all these Saturn critter traps. So I'm feeling much better. But I think cooling's probably the biggest concern we have. Now that we got to continue to spend energy making power banks, but now we've got to spend energy doing cooling, and it's probably not the only thermo aquatuner we're going to need to make that happen. But we did make progress. We've got this machinery going. I got stables. Well, technically not full stables yet, but we've got our natural plants growing that I want in there. I guess we can hit cancel there. So yeah, good. I wouldn't say we're exactly stable by any means. Oh, the other thing that I've been doing, slowly getting up here, blocking this area off. It's been a long project for these guys, filling in igneous rock. Probably, to be honest, they could benefit from a few strength boosters, but I'll do that next time. All right, thanks everyone for watching, liking, subscribing, all that fun stuff. Hopefully I'll see you next time, where I'll carry on and see where we can get from this point. Hopefully figure out how to maintain a nice cool base while being able to make sure these very important power bank chargers continue to run. The other thing is, now that I've got everyone accessing this, I guess no one's going in there to load that. That's something I'll figure out next time as well.